Marcel Petiot, the devil's doctor who terrorized Paris. In the heart of occupied Paris during World War II, there was a doctor named Marcel Petiot. He promised to help those fleeing the Nazis. Marcel Petiot, the devil's doctor who terrorized Paris. In the heart of occupied Paris during World War II, there was a doctor named Marcel Petiot. He promised to help those fleeing the Nazis, but he was hiding a dark secret. In the heart of Nazi-occupied Paris during World War II, there was a doctor named Marcel Petiot. He promised to help those fleeing the Nazis, but he was hiding a dark and terrifying secret. Marcel Petiot was born on January 17, 1897, in the town of Auxerre, in the Bourgogne-Franche-Comté region of France, to a middle-class family. He received his primary and secondary education at local schools, where early signs of behavioral disorders and social withdrawal began to appear. In 1914, he was referred to psychological experts who confirmed the presence of mental disturbances, though no specific diagnosis was made at the time. In 1916, Petiot volunteered to join the French army during World War I. He was exposed to a gas attack that severely affected both his physical and mental health, according to military records stored in the French National Archives. After the war, Petiot resumed his education and enrolled in medical school in Paris, earning his medical degree in 1921. He worked as a general practitioner in various parts of France. Legal archives even show promotional pamphlets from 1933 describing him as a traveling doctor who offered care to anyone in need, regardless of their status. But beneath his charming exterior, Petiot was involved in several fraud cases and falsely claimed to be part of the French resistance during the 1930s. These acts put his medical license at risk, but he managed to escape legal consequences due to legal loopholes and vague psychiatric evaluations. When Nazi Germany occupied France in June 1940, Petiot rebranded himself as a resistance figure, calling himself Dr. Eugène. He claimed to have the means to smuggle Jews and fugitives to South America via Portugal in exchange for large sums of money. He attracted his victims through underground ads and word-of-mouth recommendations, inviting them to his luxurious apartment on Rue Le Sueur in Paris. There, he would inject them with a cyanide-based solution under the pretense of vaccinating them against diseases. He then disposed of their bodies by burning them or dissolving them in acid, flushing the remains into the sewers, or dumping them into the Seine River. In March 1944, neighbors complained about thick smoke and a foul burning smell coming from Petiot's basement. When the police raided his apartment, they discovered the charred remains of 23 people, along with human ashes and bone fragments mixed in with burnt furniture. France's Ministry of Justice launched a large-scale investigation. Police gathered witness testimonies and forensic evidence that revealed a consistent pattern: the lethal injections and the signature poison bottle. Official reports estimated the number of Petiot's victims to be between 60 and 200 over a span of just 2 years. Petiot was arrested on October 31, 1944, after a brief time on the run. His trial began on March 18th and lasted until April 4, 1946, and was described by the French press as one of the most sensational trials in post-war history. The prosecution charged him with 26 counts of murder, all punishable by death. His defense tried to portray him as a resistance hero, but overwhelming physical evidence and survivor testimonies refuted that claim. On May 25, 1946, Marcel Petiot was executed by guillotine at La Santé prison in Paris, his death marking the end of one of the most chilling criminal cases in French history.